Welcome, everyone. I'm Angelo Robles. I'm the founder and CEO at Family Office Association, a global membership organization dedicated to families of great wealth and their family offices. And I'm also the host of the Angelo Robles podcast on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Stitcher, and other platforms. I wanted to share a new project with you that we're working on. We already worked on a significant masterclass of pre-recorded videos over 6 hours on effectively building an adaptive anti-fragile family office masterclass. And that's up now on both my teachable.com platform, which I'm excited to be on, and you can access it on my websites, FamilyOfficeAssociation.com and even AngeloRobles.com. But I wanted to talk about a new one. Very simply, it's one of the more common requests that I get, and that is just a basics and then some, kind of Family Offices 101. So I created and already produced a new masterclass, Family Offices 101. It's 5 videos of about 35 to 40 minutes each, professionally done. No PowerPoint or PDF. This is just me and a conversation. And I was really excited about it. So it's going to be on my FamilyOfficeAssociation.com come very late September in 2020. So you may be watching this a little bit early. And I'm also going to have it on another educational platform that I'm also excited to be on, Udemy. You may know it. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly, Udemy. And again, it's going to be Family Offices 101. By me, yours truly, Angelo Robles. So I wanted to give you a little bit of context in terms of what I'll be covering in Family Offices 101, kind of what would be the desired outcomes for either my members that get access to effectively near all my content as part of their membership, or if you want to look at it as a one-off purchase and that's all noted on the platforms that I noted, that's fine as well. I would say there are some questions in Family Offices 101 that I look to answer. What is a family office? What does a family office do? When does a family office make sense? But I also outline and go into good detail, many different aspects. I put it as a 5-step process to create and or transform into an effective, efficient family office. I discuss the importance of a business plan, and I really outline the steps within the confines of the business plan. Important for sure is going to be governance, how decisions are made. I go pretty deeply into that. I go into structuring of the family office. The importance and role of the big 3 that are always going to be most impactful: people, systems, and technology. I talk about the 3 constituents and the interplay in the family office in maintaining harmony, traits of successful family offices and family office executives. I talk about the virtual family office greatly on the rise, especially now during COVID and the advent of greater outsourcing and more utilization of technology. And perhaps one of my favorite subjects, and one that there's not a lot of information out there, kind of the reality of working for the super rich in the trenches in a family office, kind of the good and the bad, and why it is so unique, invigorating, exciting, but there are some things you should be mindful of. Not every situation mutually for the family or for you looking at the family and potentially engaging. In theory, you should both have options. You should be in demand. So you want to make sure that it's mutually going to be a good decision. So this has been really exciting for me. And don't underestimate even the basics of those questions that I started with that we address in the masterclass. What is a family office? And I think my definition is probably classic and traditional, but has a little bit of a twist to it. And, funny, what does a family office do? Well, whatever the principles that a family wants it to do. Of course, commonly around mitigating taxes, effective estate transfer, wealth preservation, asset protection, a moat around the castle, as I like to say, investments, institutional, investment policy statement, asset allocation, a risk framework, rising generation education, philanthropy, and some SFOs are more service centric, sometimes to daily request of the members, but really important: aviation, security, transportation, purchasing, household management, things that the family wants to keep very private and internal. Really integral to any family office is the coordinating of internal and external resources to mitigate risk, navigate black swans, and one of my favorites, to procure positive future outcomes. We go into, as I mentioned, why have one? Well, you have to look at it comparative to the alternatives. Nothing is going to give you the privacy level of control of a family office and be potentially, if you do it right, an institutional, conflict-free. Nothing could match it in keeping the family rich in more than just financial, spiritual, knowledge, etc., procuring positive future outcomes, as I noted, and mitigating risk and protecting against black swans. We talk about being more rigorous and institutional, quantitative and qualitative. They're both important, but you can't improve what you can't measure. And we go kind of into the process of creating or adapting the family office, like I said, in multiple steps. We answer the all-important question, well, one that should be asked because it's going to differ from families, as to why. Why an SFO? What's the purpose of both you as a family and the reason and even culture behind your creating of the family office? And that nuance of the three constituents, the elders, the rising generation, and the SFO executives as well. All important is the business plan, as I noted. I always love to quote Ray Dalio, so I'm going to do it again. For an organization to be effective, the people who make it up must be aligned on many levels, from what their shared mission is to how they will treat each other, to a more practical picture of who will do what when to achieve their goals. Very well said. As always, Ray Dalio. We talk a little bit, as I mentioned in kind of the 12 points that I mentioned earlier, about the excitement and nuances, if you're the right fit, of working in the family office. With some families, no matter what your background or skill set is, you don't know what tomorrow will lead to. It could be buying a sports team, buying an island, building a golf course, selling a vineyard. And to many people that are even talented in a specific skill set, but really creative, critical thinkers, that's invigorating and exciting to them. Now, we talk about proper agreements and compensation as well. So there's a lot that we cover. We hope you have a chance to either join Family Office Association and get access to all of this, and that's easy to do and sign up immediately online at FamilyOfficeAssociation.com, or if you want to do it again as a one-off purchase, and again, that's going to be available late September of 2020 on our website, as well as this specific Family Offices 101 on Udemy, UDEMY. Everyone, I'm Angelo Robles. I'm the host of the Angelo Robles podcast and founder and CEO at Family Office Association. You could easily find me on social media, Family Office on YouTube, Family Office Association on Instagram. Of course, on LinkedIn and Twitter as well. You know the website now because I gave it to you several times, FamilyOfficeAssociation.com, and my preferred email, angelo@FamilyOfficeAssociation.com. What I love to do, which takes even the Masterclass and membership to another level, is to consult and work with families building or transforming their family office, and sometimes I'm more active with the family office executives consulting in that role. So that really is a passion and an area of interest of mine. I only accept a couple of assignments a year. because I really want to give my creative thinking and my depth of my experience in relationship, and I want to do it excellently or not do it at all. So it's important that I take on less than the requests that I get, but I'm always interested in what you may have in mind. Feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, everyone. I am Angelo Robles.